Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 11. It is the last round, round 17, Tuesday, the 3rd of February, 2026. Before the finals, we've got some ripper games. Match of the round in round 17 is St Kilda versus Melbourne at Marvel Stadium. That is going to be an absolute ripper game. That is the fourth game of the round. Let's get stuck into it. It is GWS Giants versus Collingwood. First quarter underway at the Giants Stadium. Whoever wins this has a chance of making the top 8. First quarter has completed and the GWS Giants 2-5-17 to Collingwood 1-5-11. So 6 points the difference at quarter time in this game. Halftime siren has gone, and the Giants in that second quarter kicked 6 goals, 6 to Collingwood, 4-1. And at halftime, it is 23 points the difference. Giants way 59-36. Second half is underway in this game. Third quarter, the premiership quarter, and we've got the Giants kicking 2 goals, 2 to Collingwood, 1-3 in that third quarter, and it is 28 points the difference. And the final siren has gone, and the Giants have won by 21 points. Final scores: GWS Giants 11-15-81 to Collingwood 8-12-60. So that puts Collingwood out of the finals for season 11. Let's go to the next game. It is Carlton versus Essendon at Marvel Stadium. 15th versus 17th in this game. First quarter has completed and Carlton have kicked 2 goals, 6 to Essendon 1-5. Who is going to win this game to put some momentum into next season? Halftime siren has gone and Carlton have kicked 3 goals, 4 to Essendon 2-1. Halftime, it is 16 points to Carlton, 40-24. Third quarter underway in this game. Round 17, last round before the finals. All right, Carlton kicked 2 goals, 1 in that third quarter to Essendon, 3 goals, 2, and it is down to 9 points at three-quarter time. Carlton's way 53-44. Last quarter is underway in this game. Who is going to win? And the final siren has gone, and Carlton have won by 22 points. Carlton 11-13-79 to Essendon 8-9-57. All right. Okay. Let's get stuck into the third game. It is Richmond versus West Coast Eagles at the MCG. So this will make up, whoever wins this will be in the top 4 of the finals. First quarter underway in this game. Richmond versus West Coast Eagles. First quarter completed and the Eagles have kicked 4 goals, 1 to Richmond, 3 goals, 3 in that first quarter. Second quarter is underway in this game. What's happening at halftime? So the final siren, the halftime siren has gone, and the Eagles have kicked 3 goals, 4 to Richmond, 4 goals, 1. But at halftime, it is West Coast by 1 point, 47 to Richmond 46. Let's go to the third quarter of this game. This is going to be exciting. What's going to happen? Now, possibility it could well be a draw. The third quarter has completed and West Coast have won by 1 point. They've kicked 6 goals, 3 to Richmond, 6 goals, 2, and it is 2 points the difference at three-quarter time. West Coast way 86-84. Let's go to the last quarter of the match. Richmond versus West Coast at the MCG. And final siren has gone, and the Eagles have won this game by 11 points. Richmond 17-10, 112 to West Coast 19-9, 123. All right. Well, that that makes it interesting. West Coast are currently on top of the ladder after their game against Richmond. All right, let's go to the next game. It is match of the round, St Kilda versus Melbourne. It could well, the next two games will be deciding the minor premiership. All right, first quarter completed, and St Kilda have kicked 4 goals, 5 to Melbourne, 3 goals to 20. Now, Melbourne are going for 7 in a row. Second quarter underway in this game. St Kilda versus Melbourne at the Marvel Stadium. Halftime siren has sound, and St Kilda have kicked 3 goals, 4 to Melbourne, 4 goals, 2. And it is 5 points of difference at halftime. St Kilda 51 to 46. All right. Third quarter underway in this game. Match of the rounds. What's going to happen? Third quarter has completed, and low scoring in that third quarter. St Kilda have kicked 1 goal, 4 to Melbourne, 1 goal, 6. And it is 3 points the difference. St Kilda's way, 61 to 58. Last quarter underway in this game. Who is going to win? Melbourne win, they could potentially be in the top 4. And the final siren has gone, and Melbourne have won this game by 6 points. And that puts Melbourne in the top 4 for now. St Kilda 12-16-88 to Melbourne 13-16-94. So that completes the match of the round, and that puts Melbourne on a biggest winning streak of 7 games in a row. So since round 10, they've won every game to the last. All right, next game, it is Sydney versus Brisbane Lions at the SCG. Sydney, second last. Brisbane, they are third on the ladder. First quarter has completed, and Brisbane have kicked 5 goals, 4 to Sydney, 3 goals, 2 in that first quarter. Brisbane are 14 points up, 34 to 20. Second quarter underway in this game. Brisbane win. They will win the minor premiership. Halftime siren has come, and Brisbane have kicked 3 goals, 3 to Sydney, 1 goal, 1. And it is 28 points the difference to Brisbane. Second half is underway in this game. And it was pretty even. Brisbane have won it by 2 points. They kicked 2 goals, 5 to Sydney, 2 goals, 3. And it is 30 points the difference to Brisbane, 72 to Sydney, 42. Let's go to the last quarter. It could well be Brisbane having the minor premiership after St Kilda losing by 6 points against Melbourne. And the final siren has gone, and Brisbane have won by 33 points against Sydney at the SCG. Final scores: Sydney 8-11-59 to Brisbane 13-14-92. And that puts Brisbane with the minor premiership for season 11. So that puts them in the box seat, getting a home final at the Gabba. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Adelaide versus Gold Coast Suns. First quarter is underway. It is 7th versus 10th in this game. And first quarter, it was a shootout, 6-5 apiece, 41 to 41 after quarter time. Let's go to the second quarter in this game. And second quarter, halftime siren has come, and the Gold Coast Suns have kicked 4 goals, 4 to Adelaide, 2 goals, 3, and it is Gold Coast by 13 points, 69 to 56. Third quarter has just started. Three-quarter time siren has gone, and Gold Coast, they've kicked 5 goals, 3 to Adelaide, 4-3, and it is 19 points of difference to Gold Coast. So it is Adelaide versus Gold Coast at the Adelaide Oval going into the last quarter of the of the home and away season for these two teams. And the final siren has gone, and Gold Coast Suns have won by 7 points. Adelaide 18-12, 120 to the Gold Coast Suns 19-13, 127. So that was a massive win for the Gold Coast Suns. So that puts him in the top eight. Adelaide, they are scraping at eighth position. Next game, Port Adelaide versus Geelong. This is another game that both teams are outside the eight, ninth versus 10th on the ladder. First quarter's completed. Geelong 3-5 to Port Adelaide 2-1. And Geelong 10 points up, 23-13. Second quarter underway. Halftime siren has gone, and Port Adelaide have come back in the second quarter, kicking 5-4 to Geelong, 3-5, and it is 1 point the difference at halftime to Port Adelaide, 47-46. Wow, round 17 has come down to an exciting round before the finals. And the third quarter has completed, and Geelong have kicked 5-2 to Port Adelaide, 4-4. And it is 3 points the difference to Geelong, 78-75 going into the last quarter of this game. Who is going to win it? Who's going to be in the finals? And the final siren has gone, and Geelong have won it by 6 points. Port Adelaide, final score 14-11-95 to Geelong, 14-17-101. So that puts Geelong inside the eight, which pushes Adelaide Crows outside the eight. So it looks like Adelaide Crows will miss the finals, being on top of the ladder for most of the season. All right, let's go to the next game. It's the second last game of the round. It's North Melbourne versus Hawthorn. It is bottom versus 13th. First quarter underway at Marble Stadium. And North Melbourne have kicked 3-1 to Hawthorn, 1-1. So, second quarter. Halftime siren has come, and North Melbourne in that second quarter have kicked 5-3 to Hawthorn, 2-1, and it is 32 points the difference to the Kangaroos. At this stage, North Melbourne, if they win, they will still get the wooden spoon, being 2 games off the next team. Third quarter, siren has gone, and North Melbourne have kicked 1-4 after halftime to Hawthorn, 3-6, but it is 3 goals the difference at three-quarter time. North Melbourne's way, 18 points, 62-44. Last quarter underway in this game. Final siren has gone, and North Melbourne have won this game by 25 points. They kicked 6-1 to Hawthorn, 4-6 in that last quarter. So North Melbourne final score 15-9, 99 to Hawthorn, 10-14, 74. So that puts North Melbourne with 4 wins, 2 wins in a row. So it's a bit of momentum going into season 12. All right, let's go to the last game of the round. It's Fremantle and Western Bulldogs. Now, if Fremantle win by a big margin, it might push GWS Giants out of the eight. Let's go and see what is going to happen in this last game of the home and away season. Fremantle versus Western Bulldogs at Optus Stadium. And the first quarter has completed, and Fremantle have kicked 2-6 to the Western Bulldogs, 2-2. So it's 4 points of difference. Fremantle 18-14. Second quarter underway in this game. Halftime siren has gone, and Fremantle and Western Bulldogs have kicked 2-3 in that second quarter. So it is 4 points of difference at halftime. Fremantle's way, 33-29. Let's go to the third quarter of this game. And the third quarter has completed, and the Western Bulldogs have kicked 4-2 after halftime to Fremantle, 3-1. And at three-quarter time, it is the Western Bulldogs by 3 points, 55-52. All right, it comes down to this last quarter. Will Fremantle get inside the 8 or will they fail? Final siren has gone and they have failed. Western Bulldogs have won by 5 points. What an absolute thriller at the Optus Stadium. Fremantle final score 12-13-85 to the Western Bulldogs 13-12-90. Oh, wow. That has completed round 17, the home and away season. Every team has played each other team once. Um, we've got the biggest winning streak with Melbourne with 7 wins, and then we've got the Gold Coast Suns with 5 wins, and then GWS Giants with 3 wins. And then up the top with Brisbane winning the minor premiership, North Melbourne winning the wooden spoon. We've got Adelaide Crows have lost the last 4, so that that put pressure on them going into the last round, having lost 3 games in a row. And then we've got Hawthorn and Sydney losing the last 5 games. So we've got St Kilda, the number 1 offense team, in third, and then Brisbane, the number 1 defense team, in first place. Well, next round is the first week of the finals, Thursday, the 5th of February, 2026. So we've got Brisbane, the first qualifying final, versus Melbourne at the Gabba. And then we've got West Coast Eagles versus St Kilda at Optus Stadium. That's the second qualifying final. And then the first elimination final, we've got Richmond versus GWS Giants at the MCG. And then Geelong versus the Gold Coast Suns at GMHBA Stadium as the second elimination final for season 11. This is absolute thriller round for round 17 for season 11. We'll see you next time for first week of the finals.